But now we do something called Yasso 800's. That's what I take my boxing team to do.
Yasso 800.
Yeah. So yeah, look that up, and I'll text you more on that kind of stuff. So the whole theory behind Yassos are 10 of the Yassos. Your average time for a half mile for 10 of the Yassos is kind of in minutes what your predicted marathon time would be. So for example, so it's a bunch of half mile repeats, and let's say for 10 of them your half mile time is 3 minutes. Your predicted marathon time would be 3 hours.
Okay.
So the Yassos, these are lactic threshold training. It's basically you do 2 laps around the track or a half mile pretty fast. And then your recovery is actually, it's 1 lap slow. But the amount of time that it takes you to run your half mile is the amount of time you have to recover, right? So let's say it's, you run a 3 minute half mile. You have 3 minutes to do 1 lap, which is basically like walking a lap, even slower than walking a lap, before you recover and you do your next half mile repeat. But there's no like actual rest period where you're sitting down or not moving.
Active recovery.
So you're just repeating that over and over. And we start with, so actually the way that I take my amateur fighters to do it is we start with 30-30 intervals, and we start with 60-60. So 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off.
Right.
You keep adding every week, and then you go to 60-60s. And then from there we go to Yassos. We only do 4 the first week, and then you do 5, and you do 6, and you do 7. My amateur team, I mean, I take them up to 8. If they get to 8, if there's enough time to program for that. Never to 10 really, but ideally you can work your way all the way up to 10, which is a lot because every Yasso is essentially 3 laps.
Okay. Yeah. So that's just like so it's energy system training.
Yeah.
Pretty much and so is that the main energy system that's working during running? Or that's the most important, like lactate threshold? Probably.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because every time I run, my lactic threshold is probably low. Because my quads will burn up. I feel like I'm getting like way too much lactic in there. So that makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah. Well, glad I could help you with that one. That'll definitely help you.